Hi folks, today we're going to take a look at Travis Hines, where he shares some of his very unique ideas when it comes to, well, taking a break while you're in your car, and his thoughts on police. But before we start today's video, as always, a big thank you to all of my current and new channel members and subscribers. Without your guys' continuous ongoing support, we couldn't keep the channel going here, so I want to thank all of you personally from the bottom of my heart. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the page, leave a like and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm, and if you can, please consider becoming a member. With all that being said, let's enjoy today's video.
So if I were to try to make an effort to contact every police station in every city that I've visited to find out where the approved, or where they consider the approved places to sleep overnight would be, I don't think that I would have very favorable results.
Okay.
Because for one, they may not even tell me that they have any places a person could sleep overnight, or could sleep overnight. They might just want to tell me that they have car camping ordinances and leave it at that. You know, go to the next town with your homeless lifestyle. Or they could tell me that they have a spot, and then I go there and it's just a wretched spot next to railroad tracks, next to the highway.
Well, beggars can't be choosers, and well, you know that old adage, Travis, you brought this upon yourself. As I've covered before, Travis was caught with inappropriate images of minors, and he blames everyone else but himself. So this homeless lifestyle that he's choosing to do could be prevented if he was to settle down in an area and actually try to become a functioning member of society. Who knows what could happen? But blaming the cops for not telling you where the premier spots are, well, that's just you being a victim again. And you're not a victim, you're a frauditor.
In the middle of a very busy, very noisy area, in between semi trucks with all the pollution. Maybe they'll give me one of the worst spots that has the most pollution that nobody wants to go to, nobody wants to use, and that's what they suggest, because cops are a little narcissistic and they look for that kind of humor.
What a crock of shit. Have you ever heard more bullshit or drivel coming from somebody who's not even the president?
When people subjugate themselves to them, they'll give you some really bad advice. And then on top of that, it could be like the cops tell me to go somewhere and they say it's all clear, but it's just one cop, okay? Just one cop who tells me to go to a certain place, and then he doesn't tell, or he or she doesn't tell the other cops, and they don't know, so they harass me.
Shenanigans.
No, 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 no.
Shenanigans.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, we're calling shenanigans here, folks, because something Travis is leaving out. The so-called harassment that he's getting from law enforcement isn't harassment. It's them looking into a sketchy-looking car in areas where it shouldn't be. Now, one of his court cases stemmed from him being parked at a church parking lot, which most churches I doubt would have an issue. However, when the church in question was having an issue with people using it for illegal acts such as breaking and entering, stealing their property, and using illegal substances, they asked the cops to keep a better patrol. And him playing his, well, I'll give you my ID if you give me yours, doesn't really fly as harassment. More of a F around and find out situation.
I've had a cop tell me that he was not going to tell night shift that I'll be at this location at some night. They don't communicate that much. Just because you tell one cop or ask one cop doesn't mean that they're all on board. One cop may stay away from one area while it's a sleeping spot for another cop. So, and then you know, the on top of the lack of communication, maybe they all kind of know, but that doesn't mean the rest of the community knows. So I could have some guy who's like, I don't know, I say that they're a red truck driver or a white truck driver, a white guy, but race might not matter.
Now, I didn't know the color of one's truck indicated their race. But Travis, if race isn't an issue, why bring it up? The fact of the matter is this. You chose this lifestyle, and you're now upset because of your own poor decisions and bad choices. You could have found a way to become a productive member of society. You could have, done something more with your life instead of surrounding yourself with a bunch of nuts. But then again, at least you're surrounded by your own peers.
And there's females too. I could have this safe location, and it might be so safe. Well, I don't know. I don't think cops would want to direct me to their safest locations, because people might want to keep it safe and keep people like me away from there.
Yes.
But that does, somebody from the community will probably want to call me in, and the cops have to check that out. Okay, even if they knew, maybe if it could be even the cop that I talked to, they'll still go through the procedures of saying, oh, we got a complaint, let's check you out.
So you're mad at the cops for doing the job that we pay them to do, to protect and serve and keep our community safe. Safe from people like you. People who may want to harm people or exploit them, or who want to do some other nefarious deeds. You're mad at the police for doing their job. Well, makes sense being a hobo frauditor and all.
Okay, they have to respond to their calls regardless of what advice they give, because I mean, you're not being given a perfect spot by the cop. You're not given a get out of jail card. Visiting the police station and asking where a good spot to park overnight is not a get out of jail free card. You're not really building a good relationship with the cops. It's,
with all due respect, what the fuck are you talking about?
it's neutral from the start. If you'd never talk to them, and it remains neutral after if you do talk to them. So I just kind of choose places, any place that looks like it's gonna offer me some privacy and some peace mostly, or maybe a good spot to get out and walk around if it looks like a neat area. But I'm not relying on cops to direct me where to go. What is this, some kind of herd mentality?
Well, if the crazy man doesn't want to talk to the police, fine, but he can still use Google. He can still find a way to find a place that would offer him all those things. There are certain RV parks that are probably going to be able to cater to him. There's probably some parks that would be able to cater to him as well. But he's talking about going to private businesses where they may have security. They can chase him off the property. It's not about trying to find a place for him to rest his head, because there's rest stops for that. No, this is about where he can leech off people's internet, where he can find free Wi-Fi to do his stupid frauditing and, well, continue on with this hobo-esque lifestyle.
A nanny state? Is that how people want to respond to the police harassment? Not me. Okay, I don't respond kindly to that. I learn where cops give me a hard time, and I try to avoid it. I won't be parking here overnight in this park. I know that parks tend to be a problem with overnight parking. I've done a few, had no problems, but it's give and take. I've had one park in Texas that encourages you to park in their park overnight, so it's rare, but that's what they stand on. Side streets are okay, a little busy in some places, so that's just something to look at. Walmart parking lots, maybe hospital, maybe auto repair center, maybe next to apartment complexes where there's a ton of other people parked on the side of the street. Not in neighborhoods. I've kind of learned the hard way, but it depends on the type of neighborhood. But people don't like it when you park in front of their houses. A lot of people don't. They're just there's factors that work in one city that may work in one city but don't work in the next because of just how it's set up, how it's designed. So I'm trying to be very, very cautious and look on Google Maps and look at what looks like it could be good, but it's not always accurate. What I see on Google Maps, sometimes the development is a little behind, but also just, I don't see fences, I don't see gates on Google Maps.
Well, you could if you use Street View, but then again, Travis, you're trying to play the victim here, and you're trying to blame society for all of your problems. Now, if you want to give up the homeless lifestyle, I'm all for it. If you're willing to stop being a frauditor and stop blaming the cops for asking for your ID when they're investigating a suspicious person or a prowler or somebody loitering, or if somebody calls because you're parked out in front of their house and, well, they don't want you there, stop blaming the cops, stop blaming society, and blame your own poor decisions.
And I just don't know the traffic too. Google Maps isn't great. It just kind of, Google Maps points out that there's this area that looks good, but to be absolutely sure I gotta go there and then read the signs, look at the neighbors or the people who are around the area, but not seek out the police station. That's a lot of work to have to go to the police station. That's extra miles on my car. That's extra time.
Oh, but baby.
And the police stations aren't always open on the weekends. So what do I do on the weekend? If I wanted to make this habit of stopping at police stations, they're only open usually the average ones are only open 5 days a week. So it seems ridiculous to me to even try to ask the Walmart manager if it's okay to sleep overnights. They got to make it clear on their signage outside the store. I'm not seeking individuals' permission like they're my nanny, okay? That's just not happening.
And that's where the video ends. In this entire rambling, nonsensical madness that he's said to us, nothing makes any sense other than the fact that he's trying to play victim and blames the cops from what, bogarting these sacred spots that would keep him safe where he can steal Wi-Fi. If he doesn't want to live in his car, he can finally be an adult, own up to his mistakes, and get a house or an apartment. If you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and a comment because it really helps me with the algorithm. And if you can, please consider becoming a member. With all that being said, be well, be safe, and I will see you guys next time. And a special thank you to all members of the news team. Without your guys' continuous, ongoing support, I couldn't keep the channel going, so I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart.